Hi, I'm Shabbir. I'm the co-founder and director at Expenzing. As we talk to companies, we are finding that organizations are experiencing the current business environment as having so many destabilizing factors which are impacting the organization. Because of this, more and more organizations are coming back to us and wanting to implement a system like a spend management system, which we at Expenzing provide. They express the need in terms of it could be a procure to pay system. It could be that they want a strategic sourcing system. It could be that they want a fixed asset lifecycle management system. It could be a vendor information management system or an employee and travel expense management system, or maybe just even accounts payable automation is what they're looking for. But all of these are manifestations of the need for the organization to do something about the environment in which they are operating. And therefore, digital transformation is really moving from having been just a fad to becoming something which is an imperative today. Having talked to 100 plus senior management in both finance and procurement in organizations, one of the factors that we tried to understand from them is what are the key drivers which are moving them to adopt these kind of systems. And I like to call it the 5 whys because it helps us get to the root cause of why organizations are looking at this kind of a system. Let me quickly walk you through each of these 5 whys and give you a feel of that. So the first one is the compliance and audit requirements that the organizations face. Surveys have shown that organizations, especially the finance team, are putting in disproportionate amount of their time in meeting the compliance requirement, whether it be statutory compliance. If you're in a regulated industry, then you have regulatory compliance, and then you have compliance to corporate policies, which also needs to be taken care of. And they need a system to take care of this more so because the consequences of not meeting these compliance requirements are becoming more severe for them. Along with this, the fact that, Caro and has made auditors more particular about the kind of information that they want, the kind of checks that they want to do, and therefore they need help in facilitating the whole process of meeting the multitude of audits that organizations face. So that's the first reason why organizations look at it. The next reason is preventing leakages and frauds. Survey after survey has shown that spend-related area, because it involves money, is one of the most prone areas, whether it is vendor spends or it is employee expenses, is one of the most prone area to leakages. And organizations want to address both elements of this entire thing. One is ensuring that frauds don't happen, which is the ideal kind of scenario. And in the worst case, given that nothing can be 100% assured, how to ensure if a fraud has happened that I get the information that I need to be able to analyze and go back to how the fraud happened and correct it if required. So that is the second big reason why organizations want it. The third part of it, and this is something, is that both the finance team as well as the procurement team are facing pressures to reduce reduction so that the organization can manage in spite of higher inflations or lower demand or whatever the destabilizing environment is creating for them. And this then translates into a number of different things, right? From ensuring that you avoid wastages, to ensuring that you buy only that which is approved, which is maverick purchases get eliminated, ensure that you get the best deal, identify areas where there is scope for reduction. And because these are becoming KPIs, organizations are wanting solutions which can really help them with their spend reduction and control. The fourth area is becoming an agile organization. And I think after the pandemic, this has become even more required. Organizations need to respond quickly to whatever are the changes that they're happening in their business environment, whether it is by virtue of customer expectations, competitive response, any of those kind of things which prompt organizations to go ahead and do it. They need systems which can quickly allow them to change their processes, and a system which is very configurable and which is parameterized allows them to do that. Another requirement in this area is organizations want turnaround time for all of their processes to get reduced so that the organization is more responsive, acting not just to client requirements but also requirements of internal clients in the organization. The fifth and the last thing is probably something we will find it very easy to identify with, which is enhancing productivity and having lean teams. Talent scarcity is something which all of us, I guess, are facing at some level. Add to this the fact that you have to reduce costs and the fact that you want these people to do more and more work. They want a system which will help move a lot of the controls which are right now done manually. How do you ensure that a lot of the repetitive and manual work which the teams keep doing, things like reconciliations, how do you ensure that that gets removed by virtue of a good digital transformation process that a system like spend management from Expenzing would go ahead and provide to them? And with this, there is a change in composition of the teams which is happening. We are getting less clerical teams in both procurement and finance, being less clerical and more senior in terms of being able to drive enhancements, improvements, efficiency, initiatives. See which of these five you strongly identify with. Maybe prioritize them in terms of what is most important for your organization. It will give you an excellent basis for deciding how you want to approach this.